to my YouTube channel. So for our very first video in my channel, as you can see in the title, I will be talking about how to apply in RareJob. So let's get right into the video. So what is RareJob? RareJob is a top online English school in Japan. For almost a decade, we have already provided more than 10 million lessons and has helped more than 10,000 Filipino tutors. And we also aim to provide the best learning experience to the students and the most ideal working environment for our Filipino tutors. So that is our company. So for this video, we will be having 4 parts. So this will be a very long or a little bit long video. So we will be having 4 parts in this video. So the first part is the requirements and qualifications. The second part is the application process. The third part is the teaching process. And the fourth part is my journey and experience as a RareJob tutor. Let's start first with the skills and qualifications. I will be putting it here so you can read. The first one is must be at least 18 years old. Next is basic computer literacy. So of course, you should know how to use a computer. Next, has good English proficiency. For this part, of course, since you are going to be an online English tutor, you should have a good English proficiency. Next, has patience and passion for teaching. Of course, since you will be teaching Japanese students or students online, you should have a passion for teaching as well. Next is must currently be residing in the Philippines. So for this part, tutors are not allowed to teach outside of the country, or the company is only allowing tutors who are residing in the Philippines. Okay, next is must currently be residing in the Philippines. Next is can provide Philippine tax identification number or the TIN because of our salary. And next is must not be working for another online ESL school. So if you are planning to apply in RareJob for a second part-time job and you are working currently in another online ESL school, we are not allowing that. So the company will be requiring you to submit a certificate of employment and a proof that your contract in another company has already ended. So you are not allowed to apply here if you are still in a current company or in another ESL school. Next is ESL teaching experience is a plus. So it's just a plus. So but if you don't have any experience and yet you have the skills and qualifications to teach, you will be accepted here. So you will be hired here, but it's just a plus. So next is can conduct lessons during peak hours. So our peak hours is 6 p.m. Until 12 midnight. So it's also a plus if you can actually teach in that work hours, and also in the morning, starting from 5 a.m. until I guess 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. That's the peak hours. Next is the technical requirements. So for this part, you should have a laptop or a desktop. So for me, I use this laptop for teaching online classes because I am preventing the possibilities of having a blackout. So we know that a laptop can actually work without putting it into the plug or having it plugged all the time. And also you can use desktop if you would like. So it's up to you. Next is headset with external microphone. For this part, I am using this. So the brand name is Logitech, and I bought this for only 750 pesos, and I have been using this for almost a year now. If you are going to ask me if you are allowed to use an earphone or even an AirPods, you will not be allowed to do that since external microphone and a headset actually has like a feature of a noise cancelling. So that is also a plus if you could provide that kind of headset. And also if you are using an earphone or an AirPods, there will be times that the students will hear some windy sounds or even cracking sounds. So we are also preventing that since we are providing good quality lessons. Next is a stable internet connection. So you should have a stable internet connection. Also, LAN connection is a plus. So what is LAN connection? So LAN connection is a wired connection coming from the modem to your laptop or to your desktop. That is a plus. But since almost all of us is using a Wi-Fi, you can also use that. But for better connection, LAN connection is also a plus. So the speed test requirements is download speed is 0.3 Mbps. The upload speed should be 0.06 Mbps at least, and the ping test must be less than 30 ms. So how are you going to check your speed? So you can visit speedtest.net. So you can check your speed of your internet there, and also the company is using that to test out your speed at home. So sometimes the company will ask for your speed test because sometimes the students is having trouble with your connection, just to verify if you really have a good internet connection. Next is active Skype and email accounts. So for this part, if you are planning to really apply for this job, I guess you should prepare this first because you will be required to submit this active Skype and email accounts because this is what we are going to use in our job. So you should do this first. Next is the updated antivirus software. So of course, you should have an updated antivirus software because we are protecting the data privacy of the student and of course you as a tutor. The last one is the quiet teaching environment. So if you can see here, I am teaching in my room. So actually, when I am conducting my lessons, I make sure that I am the only one here in my room, and I'm teaching near my door because the lighting is very good. The students could actually see me clearly, and this is the part wherein I could actually teach quietly. So there are no other background noises here, and I'm also in the second floor of the house. So I am lessening the possibilities of having a very noisy teaching environment. So that is not helpful as an online English tutor. So that's it for the requirements and qualifications. So the next part is the application process. So RareJob's application process is simple and convenient. So everything is done online. So there is no need to visit our office or at any point of your application. You just need to accomplish these 3 easy steps. Step 1. So the step 1 is registration. So you have to create a RareJob account by simply clicking the Apply Now button, and then you will be filling out the registration form and then proceed to the application clearance. After activating your account, you will be proceeding to step 2, screening. So what do we do in screening? So in screening, first you have to pass an online English proficiency test or an EPT. So in this part, I cannot really disclose to you the contents of the test, but it has 4 parts. So after passing the EPT, you will be required to schedule your own interview. So you heard it right. You are the one who's going to decide the date and time of your interview as long as your desired date is available. You can check it out in the interview tab. Next, after that, if you pass the interview and demo lesson, congratulations. You will be undergoing to step 3. You will be undergoing the new tutor onboarding program. So in this part, so first one is you have to register. Next is you have to undergo on a screening. Next is you have to go on an onboarding process. That's it. I decided to have this special part of the video, which is the frequently asked questions, before we went to the next part, which is the journey and experiences. So for this part, this is somehow the frequently asked questions that I am receiving from my relatives, friends, and also for some strangers or schoolmates The first question is, can undergraduate students apply? Yes, as long as you are 18 years old, you are welcome to apply to our company. So there is no need for you to have a bachelor's degree or like a college degree. But it's a plus if you are having that qualification. If you have a bachelor's degree in any field, you are welcome to apply. Next question, do I need to know how to speak Japanese? Knowing Nihongo may be an advantage for handling beginner students because there will be times that they are going to speak Nihongo, but it is not a requirement. So you don't have to actually know how to speak Nihongo. But for me, I guess I have learned a lot of phrases, words, and I can actually speak phrases in Japanese because some of my Japanese students are always giving me some phrases that I could use if I will be going to Japan. So yeah. Next, another frequently asked question, is this a legitimate company? Yes, this is a very legitimate company. It is listed in the Mother's Tokyo Stock Exchange in Japan. This business has been working since 2007. So, and we have more than 4,000 active tutors in the Philippines right now. So this is a very legitimate company. So that's it. So that's the frequently asked questions. So now let's go to the last part, which is my journey and experience as a RareJob tutor. My experiences, I am always happy teaching, and also I can do a lot of things inside our house, and also I have my time, my own time. Unlike when you are working in a company, the schedule is fixed and you should always like go to your work in that particular time. But for me, if I wanted to have like a day off or 2 days, I could actually do it without getting a permission from the company, since I am the one who is plotting my schedule or creating my schedule. So that is the perks of it. But actually, the cons of this job is also, of course, you cannot really have co-workers, but we have communities that you can actually interact with other tutors as well. We have a group page, so you can actually communicate there as well. So that's it for my video for today, and I hope that this video will help you and will inspire you to become an online English tutor here in RareJob. For some queries, you can actually comment down below if you have any questions. Thank you and goodbye. Good luck on your application in RareJob.